talk about is saw Palmetto for urinary symptoms from a different perspective, not from marketing, not from industry, but more from my perception of what's going on. And what is my interest in saw Palmetto? When an opportunity came to go to Florida in search of that elusive saw Palmetto berry and the supply chain to get it to my patients, I jumped at the chance. I had a chance to find, the head of the picker team. I toured a drying facility for saw Palmetto to see how that worked. I was able to talk to the foremost botanist in the United States in saw Palmetto at the University of Florida in Gainesville, him and his crew on the ecology and the importance of saw Palmetto to Florida. I was able to tour an extraction process plant and was able to observe firsthand a supercritical CO2 extraction process to remove the oil. In my profession, there is significant controversy as to its effectiveness. Why is that? If you go to Germany, France, Italy, there is no controversy. Saw Palmetto, they believe it works. It's a regulated industry where they have to document sort of the fatty acid fingerprint. They have to document where the saw Palmetto came from. They have to be able to document the supply chain. And it's treated like a pharmaceutical. Patients have to be prescribed it, and they pick it up at a pharmacy. And it basically is consumer beware. And the reason is the inconsistency of the products that American physicians have to offer their patients, or patients are able to pick up. And that is the disassociation between what's happening here in North America and my patient population and patient populations around the world. So our objectives were to look at the international guidelines across the world on the use of lipidosterolic extracts of saw Palmetto, examine the global body of scientific evidence. So one of the things I did on this motorcycle trip, as I told you, I explored all this, and it was trying to end up as how do we get this phytochemical profile that looks like permixin. So one of the things I learned is you have to have mature, ripe berries from Florida or South Georgia. Now, we do believe that, and this is from the consensus, that if we use a lipidosterolic extraction process that produces the same lipid fatty acid fingerprint defined in your United States Pharmacopoeia or the USP, but is similar to the one that is mainly used in Europe. And we believe that's likely the key to success, because all the successful trials, the majority of them, come from this product that's very well regulated, it's consistent, and it's reliable. They achieve what we wanted them to see, an improvement in the voiding score. They had less urine in their bladder, and they had improvement in nighttime voiding. All the things men want to see, because it's clinically effective. And we believe that the literature is you must contain at least 80% totally facet acids, and they should be in specific ratios. So the current evidence suggests that if we could get this lipid profile similar to permixin, we would probably get clinical effectiveness. So what I do with my patients now is I have to find a product that looks like this. And when I give talks, like I will be to 16,000 urologists in Chicago come April, based on this information, that's what I'm going to tell them. Guys, start buying back into this saw Palmetto story. But don't send your patients to a drugstore or a health food store to pick up anything. You have to pick up one that has this sort of steroidal type of fingerprint. We know if it's a proper product, it can benefit men with lower urinary tract prostate symptoms. But we need that standardized profile so that I know, I recommend it to the patient, it works. It was a wonderful trip. I got a chance to meet people in the bush, in the laboratory, in the drying facility, in the extraction factory, and I learned that it is the supply chain from the bush to all these processes that ends up in a product that I would be happy to recommend to my patients. Thank you very much.